Hi guys, welcome to my ePortfolio. Today we're going to look at the section titled Instructional Approaches to Mathematics. So here we're going to find a collection of my work from the term, beginning with the text reflections, which were done from the book Elementary and Middle School Mathematics, Teaching Developmentally. It was the 9th edition of that book, written by John A. Vandewall, Karen S. Karp, and Jennifer M. Bay Williams. The first reflection talks about what it means to do mathematics, the steps a student takes to complete a problem, and then how to use writing as an assessment tool in mathematics. The second reflection covers sabotizing, how to reinforce basic fact fluency, and the development of oral and written names for numbers. In my third reflection, I touch on pattern recognition, the concept of variables, and the connections of fractions to decimals. Following the text reflections, we have my stars and wishes reflection, which was a reflection about my own personal attitude towards math and all things related. My stars, which were my strengths, include approaching problems from different perspectives easily after I first see somebody else do them. And then my wishes, which would be what I would like to have improved, include my communication of my methods, and that sometimes I do experience difficulty with explaining my reasoning for how I solve a problem. After the stars and wishes reflection, I have my Tim's blog here, which was written in response to the Tim's report, which was the Trends in International Mathematics and Science Study. And that just compared country to country and state to state test scores in math and science. After the Tim's blog is my integrated math unit, which was written for a 3rd grade class, focuses on area and perimeter, and includes 3 activities, one called Build-A-Bot, the second was a card match activity, and then the final one is called Farmhouse Living. After the integrated math unit, we have the literature and math-based lesson. My lesson was written using the book How Many Seeds in a Pumpkin by Margaret McNamara and G. Brian Carras. The book covered 2nd grade standards, and it has the students practice counting within 1,000 and skip counting. And this was the worksheet I wrote to go along with that. Following the literature and math lesson are my word problems and the analysis of how those were solved by some test subjects. The word problems were written for a 1st grade class with the 5 of them there, and I had my wife, my nephew, who is 5 years old, and my neighbor's daughter, who is 6 years old, complete the word problems. And the analysis just talks about the approaches they all took to completing those problems. Following the word problem analysis is my field experience reflection. My field experience was completed at Dunlap Elementary in Yucaipa, California, in Mrs. Carey's 5th grade classroom. It was here I got to see the students play games like Kaboom and Kahoot, participate in lessons on their Chromebooks on iReady, take part in group activities, and then they also had things like the problem of the day and different games that they would play. Following my field experience is my Learning Center here. And the Learning Center consists of 6 different activities. The activities include the first one being to identify hour markers on the analog clock. The second was reading times on clocks without numbers. The third had to do with measurement. The fourth was an activity about geometric shapes, their characteristics and attributes. And then the 5th one there is a lesson using apples and visuals to have the students practice greater than, less than, or equal to. And then finally, the 6th activity there is on the book 100 Hungry Ants, which has the students practice their factors of 100, and it was written by Eleanor Pincez. And the Learning Center covered different standards, which are all marked and shown on the back there. It also included the depth of knowledge levels for each activity, which would be based off of Webb's depth of knowledge. And then finally, we have a copy of the worksheet that was designed to go along with the Learning Center.